Hey, Rayma. We're running a bit late for the event. I'm just going to send Maria and her dad before me. I hope you don't mind.
But you said you were gonna help set up. There's so much to do. But it is fine. I'll just ask Mom.
Look, I have a lot to do, okay? My husband sacrificed a business dinner to be there tonight. So be grateful.
I am not trying to start a fight. I just wanted to finally show you Nasir's gold chain.
Oh? How much did it cost?
You don't even want to know what it looks like? Such a penny pincher.
I just want to know because it is pretty expensive. I remember I had to pay $800 for Maria's.
Oh, it was $1,500.
Rayma? That much? How beautiful could it possibly be?
It is one of the very few. You will have to see. And stop calling me. You are already late. Hey, can I ask you something?
What is wrong?
I cannot find Nasir's chain. You were with him most of the time. Did you perhaps see what happened or see anyone take it?
What? That is terrible, sis. Are you sure you have not seen it in the house? When was the last time you saw the chain? Maybe it fell somewhere.
I did not let anyone except family touch him. And I cannot remember when last I saw him with the chain. Aram said about 30 minutes after the party. I am not accusing you or anything, but could you just check in your stuff if it did not fall in?
Unbelievable. You really think your own sister would steal from you? I do not have the chain with me. Why would I want it? My husband can buy 10 if he wants.
Everyone knows your husband has money. But I am not accusing you. I have already asked everyone in the family. And now it is your turn.
Rayma, let me keep quiet. This is what Maria would call toxic behavior. You know what? Just say that you were jealous of my life already. I married rich and you didn't. You may try to hide it, but you're just middle class and jealous of me. Ask your guests. Some of them look suspicious.
Stop putting words into my mouth. I do not care about your perfect life. My husband loves me. We are comfortable. That chain is so important because it costs so much. I have been saving for over 2 years. And do not accuse my guests of being thieves just because they are of a lower class than you. Those are family friends who would never steal from me.
And then, why are you getting so worked up? Sorry, I didn't know it was so important to you since you saved for 2 years. He is just a baby though. Does he really need such an expensive chain? You could have used the money to fix up your car instead. But anyway, good luck. I have no idea where the chain is.
Thank you for being so helpful. What a wonderful sister you are. And I am guessing that the rest of your family does not know where it is then? Not Maria? She does love flashy things.
You! Never mind. No, she does not know. Is there anything else? Or is there cutlery missing from your kitchen?
That is all. I do not know if to call you a liar or a dog. You disgust me, Fatima. Even though you clearly have a better life, you just cannot let me have one thing, right?
You again? Get a life. Don't you have a baby to feed?
Do not bring my newborn baby into this, you thief. He has done nothing to you to deserve this.
If you're just here to accuse me, stop.
I saw the TikTok your daughter made, so stop explaining.
What is TikTok?
Oh? Must I send you the link of your daughter bragging about that chain? She says it is a gift from her mom, and people are telling her she is so lucky to have you as a mom. Just tell the truth for once in your life, Fatima. You cannot be known for both lies and gossip in town. It is very embarrassing.
It is just a chain. Chill.
Chill?
Chill? Must I explain to you what that means as well? I knew you were poor, not stupid. Yeah, whatever. I borrowed the chain. It is not a big deal. I thought it looked nice. Is that a crime?
You told me that you would never take my son's chain. How can you steal from your own nephew, Fatima? I tried to maintain a relationship with you, even though you looked down on me. Do you know what I gave up to have that chain? It is an important custom in our family. As a mom, I thought you would know that, since you had to buy one for Maria.
Who showed you the video? Don't tell me you're trying to keep up with the youngsters. What? Are you already bored from taking care of Nasir?
If I see you in the street, you better run, you thief. Not everything is about you and your little world. As a parent, how can you encourage Maria into making videos online with stolen stuff? What are you teaching her?
Oh, really? You want to lecture me about moral? You cannot tell me how to raise my kids because I have been a mother for longer. Now that you've been a mom for 2 minutes, you think you're the best mom in Bangladesh?
I think I lost brain cells reading to that. Don't you have better insults?
Anyways, who told you? Who's the snitch I need to deal with?
Childhood mentality.
Well?
Just know that someone saw your daughter's video and sent it to me. It is not information that is important to you. And please, bring me back my son's chain before the end of the day. If you do not, you will regret it. Stupid cow.
Let me guess. Which one of your useless friends snitched on me? I told you to get better friends who did not gossip like those ladies in their street. How can you expect me to just take my daughter's chain from her? Besides, we have helped you guys out with money in the past. You cannot be seriously acting like I have never given you anything in life.
Sorry, I did not realize my sister was counting how many favors she did for me. I should have known that the times you gifted me cash, there was a catch. We were fine with or without your money. If you remember correctly, you will find that we refused the money, but you forced it on us. I could see that you were trying to look like a good daughter in front of mom and dad, but I kept quiet.
If it was not for me, then you and your useless husband wouldn't have some of the nice things you do. This is what I get for trying to help my sis out in the past? Accusation of theft?
Grow up! Admit that you are a thief and get it over and done with. Even kids as small as Aliyah knows that you are a thief.
Oh, so it was Aliyah who snitched. It is always the little ones. Well, clearly I have to teach her not to stick her nose where it doesn't belong.
If you hurt the child, be prepared to face everyone else.
Did you just forward our chats to mom? You were so full of gossip. Now she is bothering me. What is wrong with you, Rayma? Rayma, I am your older sister. You should listen to me.
You are getting boring. Everyone saw the TikTok video, but they thought you were not truly guilty, and it was your daughter who stole it. But I knew it was you. The way you looked at the chain confirmed it. You are jealous, my dear. I'm ashamed to even call you my sister. Why did you not buy your own?
My daughter liked it. So, you're just going crazy over a simple chain. What do you want from me? Money? You're just so desperate for attention over a stupid chain. It only looked good because it was on my daughter. What use does your baby have for it? Just get him a cheaper one. No one will notice.
The fact that you sat there and typed this rubbish and you are actually serious.
Wow, you're actually worse than I thought. Now, Sarah has uninvited me from her birthday party because you are spreading lies about me. I just borrowed the chain because it looked nice. That is all. It is not the most special chain. This family is full of drama.
Are you not tired of the family members telling you to give the chain back yet? It should not have to take that much for you to admit that you are wrong.
Is that so? Just because you have turned the entire family against me does not mean that you will succeed in ruining my reputation. Everyone knows I am rich enough to afford it. You better tell the family to stop harassing me and calling me a thief. I am not a lowlife. Reply to my messages, Rayma. You are full of drama. How could you order those street boys to kick me out of your yard?
You were not here to return the chain, so I did not want to see you.
You are responsible for me being banned from Mom's family dinner. She shouted at me because of you. She does not even want to listen to my side of the story. What did you tell her? Even if I return the chain, Maria will hate me. Do you really want that? You have always been the kind sister, so why are you being so cold now?
We are not kids anymore, Fatima. You have always made everything about you, and I am tired. You want to have more than me, be loved more than me, and look better than me.
Rubbish. I have a better life than you.
Except your daughter does not pay attention to you unless it is to ask for money, and your husband is never home.
You know nothing. Nothing about me and my family life.
Oh no, now I am scared of you. Also, since you left the family group chat, I was told that you are not allowed to come to any family function until further notice. We do not really trust you around your things.
You cannot be serious. Look, I will give you the chain. Just tell them you are lying and I am not a thief.
I do not owe you anything. You dug this grave for yourself, my dear.
I already have people canceling on me. You have to stop spreading lies about me. How would you feel if I started lying about you to the community? I am not a thief.
You are one. Look, we can get you help as soon as you're ready to admit it. But you need to stay away from us. No one wants to see you or hear your name. Consider this me disinviting you from every family function until further notice.
No one will support your nonsense.
They already have. If you show up at any family event, they will kick you out. It is up to us. It is up to you if you want to be embarrassed. That goes for your whole family too. Who knows? Maybe you guys steal together.
Why are you being so mean to me? You are such a bully, Rayma. It's a stupid chain. Are you so poor you cannot afford one?
Yes. Actually, we are. We have a baby to buy food for, bills to pay, and food to buy, unlike you. I saved for that chain, knowing the day I would have a child was going to come. But my words are wasted on you, are they not? It is always the same thing with you every day. Do not show up at any family event. We are tired of being nice and dropping hints. No one wants you near their house at any event.
If it makes you happy, all my friends are avoiding me now. Why am I even telling you this? All of you can go to hell. Broke people with no lives. You will see, I will get my husband to stop sending money to Mom monthly.
So, I take it your bribery does not work? You really think that Mom will love you more just because you give her money? Okay, let us wait for this superhero husband of yours to save you.
He will when he comes home. You're only attacking me because he is away. He will make sure you and your useless husband regret all you have done for me.
Okay?
What do you mean, Kay?
Leave me alone now. I am tired of you blabbering all day long. You're not listening to me, so I am done wasting my time. Just be careful that you're not teaching Maria to be entitled.
Fine. I guess we are done then.
Hey, I have just heard something. I am not sure how you're gonna feel. What's up? Is everything okay? Are Mom and Dad okay? They are fine, but I have just got off the phone with my friend who lives next door to them. Let me guess, she is making it a habit to steal from people? Rayma, stop joking like that. He got home from the trip yesterday and he found out about the chain. Abir was very angry because of the damage it did to his reputation. Everyone in town is laughing at his family. No one is taking them seriously, so that is bad for business. Get to the good part. What did he do? Take away her credit card or something? Wait, I have it. He kicked her out? He beat her up. Really badly. Everyone heard and saw what was happening in their house. He was extremely upset because of the damage she had done to his family's respectable reputation. What? You lie. I am not lying. I know that she was definitely beaten, but I am not sure about her daughter. Apparently, he beat her too. Is he in jail? Have the police ever arrested rich people? Wow, I do not know how to feel about this. And she was bragging that I was the one who was gonna feel sorry when her husband came back. You know, she is not the brightest person in town. She should not have stolen from my baby, though. Hey, you were typing, then stopped. Sorry, that was her husband calling. He has the chain and wants to give it back. But I told him we can't take it. Who knows what that woman did to it in the time she had it? So, you are letting it go? Of course not. He gave me enough cash to buy it at least. I should have just messaged him first. But he's very scary, to be honest. At last! I was feeling so bad about the chain. I wanted to take it forcefully from her, but she did not let me enter her house. Now, I am sure she wishes she had never touched my baby's gold chain. You bet.
Look, Phoebe, I need the straight-up facts. Are you seriously claiming that you're knocked up? Like, are you actually absolutely positive about this?
Oh, Warren, it's true. It's absolutely true. I'm carrying our precious baby, Warren. Can you believe it? Are you feeling as overwhelmed with joy as I am right now? I understand it might be unexpected, but remember, it's still our child. A gift to both of us.
What? This is honestly hard to wrap my head around. It feels like some crazy story from a whole other dimension or something.
What do you mean by that? Why is it so difficult to believe the fact that I'm carrying your child? It's not that far-fetched, is it?
Oh, come on. Spit it out already. Is this some sick joke you cooked up on the spot? Are you messing with me right now?
Warren, I'm a little confused. Why would you even consider the idea that I would joke about something so significant? I'm pouring my heart out here. I'm telling you the honest truth. I'm carrying our child. Please believe me.
Oh, really? Ha! You must think I'm a complete idiot, huh? You go gallivanting around, sleeping with some other dude, and now you have the audacity to come back here and claim you're pregnant? Give me a break. I bet you're just trying to manipulate me into shouldering the burden of raising your illegitimate child, aren't you? What a disgusting excuse for a woman you've turned out to be.
Warren, why are you saying such hurtful things? Do you think that our child is a joke to you or something?
Oh, great. Look, genius, in case you missed the memo, I can't have kids, okay? I've already done the whole fertility testing circus, and it's crystal clear that my sperm count is laughably low. So why the hell are you dropping this bombshell on me, claiming you're pregnant? You sneaky manipulative witch. Just trying to play your little mind games, aren't you?
Wait, hold on a moment. When did you go for this test? You never mentioned it before. Did you initially try to hide it from me? Honestly, Warren, I'm feeling incredibly confused right now. I really need a thorough explanation from you about this entire situation.
Do you think I'm an idiot or something? Why the hell would I ever reveal to you that I'm infertile? I'm not stupid, you know. Obviously, I have to keep that mind-blowing truth hidden from you. Just imagine if I ever let you know that I can't have kids. Would you even consider getting engaged to me and becoming my wife? Let's be real here, you probably wouldn't, right?
Wait, so let me get this straight. You've been keeping your fertility problems a secret from me this entire time? I'm trying to process this, Warren. How could you hide such a significant secret from me? I can't believe it.
Oh, give me a break. What if I actually did hide that fact from you? Let's not forget, you cheated on me, got yourself knocked up with some random guy, and now you have the nerve to come crawling back, expecting me to take responsibility for your cursed child, right? You're nothing but a sneaky, manipulative witch.
Hold up, Warren. You've totally got the wrong idea here. Why on earth would you think I cheated on you? I haven't been seeing anyone else. The child is undeniably yours, and you've got to believe me on this. We've been together for a solid 5 years. Isn't that enough time for you to have more faith in me? I'm not the type of woman who just jumps from one guy to another. I've got my principles, you know.
Oh, yeah, sure. Like every cheater in the world would say, right? Ha ha ha. Spare me the pathetic excuses already. Just cut the crap and admit that you've cheated on me. Maybe then I'll have a tiny bit of sympathy for you.
Are you for real? How can you say that I've cheated on you when that's not even true? I'm not about to make up some ridiculous story just because you demand it. That's not how it works.
Oh, well then, let's just call off this engagement, shall we? I have zero interest in marrying a cheater like you. You're nothing but a time waster. So do me a favor and just disappear, you cheating scumbag. Thank goodness we haven't got married yet, or I'd be in some serious trouble with a deceitful person like you.
But you can't just bail on me and our kid like it's no big deal. They're your child too, and they deserve a father figure as they grow up. It's not fair to leave them hanging like that.
Oh, really? Well, how about we settle this once and for all with a prenatal paternity test? Let's see whose kid it actually is. I'm more than happy to prove you wrong.
Look, I get it. But you should know that conducting a test like that comes with risks, you know? I don't want to put our unborn child in harm's way for something unnecessary. It's just not worth it. What's the point of doing a paternity test when I know without a doubt that it's your child? We can always go for a paternity test once the little one is born, right? No need to rush things or put unnecessary stress on everyone.
Oh, please. You're so terrified of taking the test because you know damn well that the kid isn't yours. It's crystal clear. Know your place and get the hell away from me, you creep. It's absolutely repulsive how you've been sneaking around with some other guy while we were still together. And now you have the audacity to claim his child is mine. Pack your bags and get out of my house right this instant. I can't stand the sight of a cheater like you lingering around any longer.
Hello, Phoebe, my dear. Congratulations on your engagement with my son. I couldn't be happier for both of you. And thank you so much for sharing the wonderful news of your pregnancy with me. It truly means the world to me.
Hello, Esther. Thank you for reaching out. I really appreciate your concern.
I must say, it's been quite some time since you two started dating, and the recent engagement was such fantastic news. So, I'm genuinely curious. Have you given any thought to when the perfect time might be for you to get married? Please understand that I don't mean to pressure you in any way. I'm just overflowing with excitement for both of you to embrace married life and become cherished members of our family.
I'm sorry, Esther, but I have to break the news to you. There won't be a wedding after all. Warren and I have actually ended our relationship. We decided to call off our engagement and cancel all the wedding plans we had made.
Oh my goodness. What in the world? I can't believe what I'm hearing. When did all of this happen?
It's only been a few days, and I'm still reeling from the shock. When I shared the news of my pregnancy with him, he outright dismissed it. He claimed he couldn't have children and accused me of having an affair. He insisted on a prenatal paternity test, but I disagreed because I know I've done nothing wrong, and I don't want to expose my child to any unnecessary risks associated with the test. After that, he kicked me out of his apartment and threw all my stuff out the door.
What? How could my son do something so vile to the person who is carrying his child and who was supposed to be his wife? It's the behavior of a true coward, I must say. I'm deeply sorry for the way Warren has treated you. I will personally call him and ensure he apologizes to you in person.
Thank you for your concern, Esther. But there's no need for you to go through all that trouble. As I see it, Warren is dead set on cutting all ties with me and our child. So, whether he apologizes or not wouldn't change anything. I appreciate your support, though.
Oh, Phoebe, I'm deeply sorry for how my son has treated you. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to assist you during this difficult time. Have you managed to find a new place to stay?
Well, it's all quite overwhelming for me, honestly. Warren kicked me out of his house not too long ago, and I'm currently staying at a hotel until I find a more permanent solution. I'm actively reaching out to different real estate services, trying to find a suitable rental house that can accommodate both me and my baby.
Wait, please don't tell me that you're planning to live all by yourself, Phoebe.
Well, it's a bit complicated, you see. My parents actually live abroad with my sister and her family. Even if they were here, they wouldn't be keen on me moving in with them. Our relationship isn't the greatest, to be honest. And as for my other relatives, I don't think they'd be willing to offer me a place to stay either. So I'm basically on my own. But hey, I've been handling things independently since I turned 18, so I'm confident I'll manage just fine.
Oh my goodness. You're pregnant, my dear. You shouldn't have to stress about these things. I understand that you used to live on your own before, but now you have a precious baby growing inside of you. It doesn't seem like the best idea for you to live alone while being pregnant. Listen, Phoebe, why don't you come and live with me in my sister's house instead? It may not be huge, but it has 2 bedrooms. It's fully furnished, and it offers enough comfort for both of us.
Hold up. Are you sure about this? I really don't want to be a burden, you know? Since Warren and I already broke up, we won't be in-laws anymore. I'm just worried that if I stay at your place, I might cause some trouble and inconvenience.
Phoebe, what are you even saying? I already told you that you won't be a bother to me. Plus, you know how much I adore kids, right? That's why I would absolutely love to have you and your little one living with me. Truth be told, I've been feeling quite lonely in this house all by myself. It would be fantastic if you could come and join me. Please, Phoebe, I insist.
Well, if you're really okay with it, then I guess I have no reason to turn down your offer. Thank you, Esther, for letting me and my little one stay with you. It's comforting to know that there's still someone who genuinely cares about me.
No, Phoebe. It's actually me who needs to thank you. You see, Warren hasn't exactly been the best son to me. He hardly ever visits or talks to me ever since he started working. I know he's busy, but I still hoped he would make some time for me. Yet, it's been years since I last heard from him. And honestly, I've given up hope at this point.
What? Warren hasn't contacted you for years? But whenever I saw him on the phone, he always claimed he was talking to you. Was he lying to me?
I'm sorry. I have no idea. But I can definitely confirm that Warren hasn't reached out to me in a long time. I apologize if my son lied to you about it.
Oh, don't worry, Esther. You have me and your grandchild now, and I promise we'll always have each other's backs, no matter what. From this point forward, we're a team.
Hey, Phoebe. How's it going? I know you must be absolutely devastated without me in your life. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? You're probably dying to have an awesome guy like me back in your arms. Well, tough luck, loser. Guess what? I've moved on to someone better, leaving you in the dust. You fool! So go ahead, keep hiding in some pathetic corner and cry your heart out.
May I ask who I'm speaking to?
Wow, can you drop the act already? It's me, Warren, your incredibly awesome ex-fiancé. Remember?
Warren? What's the deal with reaching out to me all of a sudden?
Oh, come on. Why are you getting all defensive? I'm just trying to check in on you. Can't I do that? I'm still your ex-fiancé, so it must count for something, right?
Wait, hold on a sec. Are you seriously trying to call yourself my ex-fiancé? Let's not forget how heartlessly you dumped me when I broke the news about being pregnant with your child. Does any of that ring a bell? And now you have the audacity to use the ex-fiancé card to talk to me? Honestly, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Oh, big deal. It's not like it's even my kid, and you damn well know it. You didn't even have the guts to take a prenatal paternity test. So it's pretty clear you were just trying to set me up and make me raise someone else's child. But hey, let's not dwell on the past too much, because I've got some thrilling news for you. Brace yourself. I just found myself a new fiancé. Surprise, surprise!
And does that have anything to do with me?
Oh, come on. Can you at least pretend to be happy for me for once? Oh, all right, I know. I bet you're just seething with jealousy because you're still trapped in your miserable life. Am I right?
Jealous? Probably not. Anyway, congrats to you. I must say, I already feel a twinge of sympathy for the poor girl who decided to get engaged to you. Just hoping you didn't pull the same fertility trick on her like you did with me last time.
Oh, naturally, I made sure to be a sneaky little snake and kept my low sperm count a secret. But guess what? Out of the blue, she drops the bombshell that she's pregnant with my child. And of course, I did what any responsible jerk would do. I coerced her into taking a prenatal paternity test, and lo and behold, it turns out it's my kid. Can you believe it?
Oh, wow. Congrats. So it turns out you're actually capable of having kids, huh? It's pretty ironic considering how you absolutely denied that the child I'm currently carrying in my womb isn't yours.
Well, you should already know that I don't believe a thing without concrete proof, right? Don't blame me for your refusal to take that paternity test. It's on you. Oh, and here's a little fun fact for you. I just got promoted to manager of my department, and my salary skyrocketed. You see? Something I couldn't manage in all these years we were together. It's like having you around was a freaking curse on my success. But hey, with my new fiancé, it's a whole different story. Just being with her brings me all the damn luck in the world. Anyway, I'm living my life to the fullest, and everything is going so well for me. It feels unreal.
And what's the whole point of you telling me all this? Are you just trying to show off how amazingly happy your new life is?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm sharing all this with you because I genuinely want to extend an invitation to my wedding.
What? Are you out of your mind? Why on earth would you want me to be at your wedding? Don't you think it would just be awkward and embarrassing for both of us?
Well, you know, you're my ex-fiancé, and we were friends since high school, right? So I thought it would be rude not to invite you to the most important day of my life. What do you say? Please come, just for old time's sake. If you don't show up, it'll only prove how bitter and petty you truly are, which, honestly, doesn't bother me one bit.
Look, I'll think about it, okay?
That's the spirit. Looking forward to seeing you at my grand wedding. I'll send you the details of the time and venue later. I just hope you won't cower in fear like a pathetic coward and actually have the guts to confront your own history of failure.
Phoebe, dear, let's attend Warren's wedding tomorrow.
What did you just say? Why the sudden interest in attending Warren's wedding?
Well, Warren invited me. And you mentioned he invited you too, didn't you? So, what are we waiting for? Let's go and participate in his wedding ceremony together.
But are you really sure about this? Do you really want us to go to Warren's wedding? I have this gut feeling that he only invited us to show off his so-called perfect life and to make me feel more miserable.
Perfect life? That's hilarious, Phoebe.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Listen, I'm telling you, All those things Warren boasts about having right now are nothing but a facade. The truth is, he's simply living in the fantasy world that his crafty new fiancée has created for him.
I'm sorry, Esther, but I still don't quite follow.
Don't you worry, dear. Just trust me on this one. I've got everything under control, and you'll be pleasantly surprised when you finally see how things turn out.
Phoebe, you better spill it right now. What the hell did you and my mom scheme up at my damn wedding? I invited you both to celebrate with us, not to stab me in the back. Do you even comprehend that my entire life and everything I've worked my ass off for just went up in flames because of you?
Well. Look who's getting a taste of their own medicine, you scumbag. That's what happens when you ditch me and our child. I can only imagine the never-ending arguments you and your precious fiancé are having right now. Am I right? Or should I say, ex-fiancé?
How dare you ruin my wedding like that, you despicable scoundrel! I swear you will pay dearly for what you've done to me. Mark my words, you're about to experience a world of pain like you've never imagined.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because I want to get back at you? Or perhaps it's just pure entertainment to crash your wedding and turn it into the most miserable day of your life. I guess it's a little bit of both. Anyway, you should consider yourself lucky that the wedding was a complete disaster and fell apart. Otherwise, you'd be stuck raising another man's child for the rest of your days. See how considerate I am? By exposing those juicy little secrets, your mom and I actually did you a huge favor in the end.
But wait, how did you even know that the child Kathleen is carrying isn't mine? I mean, I personally saw the paternity test results, and it clearly showed that the child was mine without a doubt. I'm not illiterate, you know. I can read perfectly fine and understand what's written on a piece of paper.
Oh, did you not get the memo from your mom? Kathleen, your ex-fiancé, is having an affair with a geneticist. That's how they managed to pull off those fake documents, like the paternity test results, with such ease. Basically, they've completely fooled you. And, to top it off, this geneticist is already married but too chicken to end things with his wife and commit to his mistress. So they came up with this wild plan to target a naive and gullible person who would willingly take on the responsibility of raising their child. And guess what? You fit the bill perfectly.
Whoa, hold up. This is straight up insane. So you're telling me I've been played this entire time? The kid Kathleen's carrying isn't even mine, and my dream wedding turned into an absolute disaster. And to top it all off, you had the audacity to crash my wedding and start demanding child support and emotional damages for being abandoned by me? Seriously, what were you thinking? Do you have any idea that all my friends, co-workers, and even my boss were there? You completely wrecked my entire life. You know that, you crazy woman?
Oh, come on. It wasn't all that terrible when you really think about it, huh? I mean, your wedding was already a train wreck. So what harm could there be in me exposing your wicked true nature to everyone around you, right?
Phoebe, you're an absolute monster. Look at what you've done. Now everyone is turning against me, leaving me high and dry. My phone is blowing up with non-stop criticism and insults. How the hell am I supposed to face them now? I'm beyond embarrassed because of you.
Well, that's on you to sort out. Remember, you're the one who dumped me and our kid, right? You made this whole mess, so it's your job to handle it.
But how in the world did you find out about Kathleen's cheating and everything? Did you hire a private detective to spy on both me and Kathleen? You disgust me, you creepy woman. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking legal action against you for invading my privacy. You better believe you won't get away with it.
Oh, please, spare me the drama. I simply don't have the time for such ridiculous nonsense. Here's a little nugget of truth for you. Your mom just happens to work at the same hospital as Kathleen's lover. And guess what? She witnessed them getting cozy together on numerous occasions. Oh, you want proof? I could easily show you the pictures, but I highly doubt your feeble little heart could handle it. You know, it's just too hilarious.
Wait, hold up. Are you telling me that it was actually my own mom who discovered all this? Seriously?
Oh, and guess what? It was actually your mom who came up with the brilliant plan of crashing your wedding ceremony. Can you believe it? Talk about a surprise.
Unbelievable! I can't wrap my head around this. How dare she take your side and betray me like that, when I'm her own flesh and blood, her own son? How could she play me like that? It's absolutely nonsensical.
Oh, so now you have the audacity to claim that you're Esther's son? Let's get real here. You've been neglecting her for ages, not even bothering to pick up the phone and give her a call once in a while. And guess what? You lied to me about contacting your mom, when in reality, you were sneaking around on the phone with your little mistress, Kathleen. Am I hitting the nail on the head with that?
Well, here's the thing. I can explain, okay? I was just, keeping my options open. It's all about having backup plans, you know?
You know what? I honestly couldn't care less about your explanations. I know you're just going to spin more lies anyway. So do me a favor and keep all those filthy lies to yourself, okay? By the way, I've got better things to do now. I'm off to celebrate my victory with Esther. Trust me, we're gonna have a blast today. Ciao, Warren. Next time we meet, it'll be in court.
Wait, you can't just walk away from me like this. I'm your ex-fiancé, the father of our child, remember? Please, I'm begging you, give me one more chance to make things right. I promise I'll treat you and our child better than ever before. Phoebe, are you there? Please, just pick up the phone. Please!
In the end, Warren's dream wedding had to be cancelled, and he ended up shouldering all the cancellation fees. Devastated by Kathleen's betrayal, Warren was filled with rage and tried to cut her out of his life. However, Kathleen wasn't the type to give up easily without a fight. Abandoned by her lover, she decided to stick with Warren and make him responsible for their child. Kathleen forcefully entered Warren's house, and no matter what he did, she refused to leave. Eventually, Warren had no choice but to allow Kathleen to stay in his home. Their lives became filled with stress and constant arguments as Kathleen relied solely on Warren's income and treated him like her personal servant. To make matters worse, Warren found no solace in his colleagues either. Once his true colors and the way he treated me were exposed, Warren became an outcast in the company. The office gossiped about him and excluded him from everything happening around them. Despite the unpleasant environment, Warren couldn't leave his job due to the daily expenses and Kathleen's excessive spending habits. As for me and Esther, we are genuinely enjoying our lives. Each passing day is filled with love and laughter. Esther has proven to be an incredible grandmother to my child, and we take care of each other as if we were mother and daughter by blood. Although my marriage with Warren didn't turn out as planned, I still feel grateful to have two important people in my life: Esther and my daughter, Ava.
It's been a while since we've talked, Helen. Do you have a moment to chat right now?
Hi, Mrs. Melanie. I hope your day has been good. Sure, yes. I'm free right now. Is something the matter?
You see, I'd like to talk about my birthday that's coming up. If I recall correctly, I did tell everyone a while ago to come to my house for it, right?
Yes, you did. It's this upcoming weekend, isn't it?
Yes. You've got a great memory, sweetie. Well, I've decided that I'd rather not have you come.
Oh, I see. I guess I'll refund our tickets then. I'll be sure to let James and Hannah know that we won't be coming after all.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'd still like for the two of them to come. I only want you to stay home. I love them.
So, you mean you only want me to stay home?
You can't blame me, Helen. It's my special day after all. I'm not sure how many more I'll have to celebrate. Seeing your face alongside my beautiful son and granddaughter would leave a sour taste in my mouth.
Okay, Mrs. Melanie. I'll make sure you don't have to cross paths with me this weekend.
Thank you for understanding, dearie. And by the way, if you could, don't tell James that I said this to you, okay?
What? Why not?
If you keep your mouth shut, then I'll count that as your present to me this year. You'll do that much for me, won't you, Helen? Please don't go around ruining one of my last remaining birthdays.
I think you have plenty of fulfilling years ahead of you.
Oh, please. No matter how much you try to butter me up, I'm still not letting you set foot in my house this weekend.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come off as though I was trying to sweet-talk you. That's not my intention.
At the very least, you could give me a grandson after all these years. Before you gave birth to Hannah, I thought my opinion of you might change for the better if you gave birth to a boy. Yet, here we are. Just one girl and an only child at that. No child can grow up well without a brother or sister to play with, you know. That child, all she does is talk back to me. You'd think she would have grown out of that cheeky attitude of hers by now. I wouldn't have any complaints if she just tried to get on my good side every once in a while.
To be fair, I think you've disliked me ever since we first met. You've been saying you hate the way I look and how worthless I am. Saying I've brought nothing to this family since the very beginning, haven't you? I don't know if you see it this way, but I have tried very, very hard to get you to see my positive qualities. No matter how much effort I put in, your opinion of me still doesn't change. So honestly, I gave up on trying to please you.
Clearly, I don't think you've tried hard enough, dearie. All you had to do was put on a little more makeup to cover that face of yours, and let James do the talking more. Then I could have seen you as a good enough wife for him. I just can't understand why he chose you of all people. I know some fine woman that would love to be with him, you know. Like any proper woman of my time, I put effort into my good looks, and I attracted a great husband because of it. Why do men go for such lowly women nowadays?
James loves me for who I am on the inside, not for how I look on the outside.
Oh, please. So you're going to tell me that a woman who treats her mother-in-law so viciously is good deep down inside? I don't have time for jokes. I just hope poor Hannah doesn't turn out to be like you. She still mostly resembles her father at this age, and I can only hope it stays that way. And God forbid she inherits your nasty attitude. I think she'd be beyond saving.
Sorry to interrupt you. I have to head back to the house now. So let's talk about this another time.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and run off to your husband. Someday he'll realize how horrible you are. Hopefully before it's too late. Go ahead. Run off now. And be a dear and remember not to tag along to my birthday party, all right? Because that is the one thing that would completely ruin my day.
Mrs. Melanie, if you have a moment, I'd like to talk to you about my daughter.
Oh? What is it? I'm about to start dinner, so I'd appreciate it if you could keep it short.
It's about what happened at your birthday party the other day. You said something horrible to her, didn't you?
I think you may be mistaken, dear. I don't recall anything of the sort. Perhaps you're mistaking it with something you said to me instead.
This is not the time to play dumb with me. You went up to her at the party and said she wasn't your son's child, didn't you? You said that James isn't her father and that her real father is someone I went off and had an affair with. Why would you say something so ridiculous to my child? She's been upset for days after you said that to her. You know, she's usually so cheerful, but she's been locking herself in a room and refusing to come out. It's not like her at all.
Don't tell me she actually took what I said seriously. Ha! I was only telling a joke. I thought I made that much obvious.
She's only in 3rd grade. How was she supposed to know it was a joke? She told me you said that if she were to tell anyone the truth, her father and I would break up. You even went out of your way to threaten my child with such nonsense. I never thought you would go this far. To your own family. She came up to me, bawling her eyes out, and asked, "Am I not Mummy and Daddy's child?"
Yes, and? She still believes that she isn't James's child? You've got to admit that's hilarious.
This is not something to be laughing about. I tried to tell her it wasn't true, but even now she still doesn't totally believe me. You need to apologize to Hannah as soon as you can. I want you to go after her and tell her that nothing you said was true.
Come on now. It was just a little joke. Nothing to cause such a big fuss about. Surely it didn't cause enough of a stir for me to go up to the girl and apologize. Why should I have to apologize to a 3rd grader for making a little adult joke anyway? Besides, at the end of the day, it's Hannah's fault she's in this mess.
It's Hannah's fault? How do you figure that? What could she have possibly done to deserve this from you?
After she said hi to me at my birthday party, she came up to me and whispered in my ear, "Please don't be mean to my mommy anymore. You've been telling your daughter about my criticisms and twisting them to make it seem like I'm in the wrong. I was just getting a little payback for what you did to me. And now you're going to tell me that I'm in the wrong and not you or her?"
I never told Hannah that you were bullying me. All she did was see the way you treat me every day and figured it out for herself. You're not as subtle as you think you are, you know.
I can hardly believe that. I can hardly believe that. As if she'd come to that conclusion without you making up stories about me. To think that the both of you talk back to me so incessantly. To think that she's a young girl and even I can't find her behavior cute. Imagine what kind of girl would grow up with that kind of attitude. And I'll have you know some medicine. I was only fed up with you before. But now I don't want either of you stepping foot inside my house again. I'll make sure to let James know that that's what you want.
After this time, I have a feeling he won't be stepping foot inside your house again either.
Oh hell, frightening. At this point, I don't care if I don't see him again either. To be fully honest, I've been fed up with him too. My son who chose a woman like you of all people. Frankly, it's unforgivable how he chooses you over me no matter what the issue is. What kind of man takes his wife's side over his aging mother?
So that's all it takes for you to cut your son out of your life, is it?
Well, yes, it is. I've had it with people like you, and I have no obligation to keep meritless people in my life during my twilight years. Of course, that isn't to say that I don't care for him an awful lot. At the end of the day, I am his mother after all.
So that's how it's going to be. Are you saying you have no intention of apologizing to Hannah for what you said to her?
Why on earth would I? Clearly you weren't paying attention to a word of what I've said. I said that I have no need for worthless people in my life. If you're ever down on your luck and you need family by your side, just know you won't be hearing from me. And you know what? I'm not even going to send Hannah a birthday present this year.
That's fine by me. I don't need people like you in my life, either. You're an incompetent woman through and through.
I'll have you know Mr. Waters is going to hear all about this too, and I'm sure you won't be happy about it either. When he hears just how cruel you've been to me, it'll send him into a fit of rage, I'm sure. He sticks to my side no matter what. You are free to do as you please. If you keep this up, I might have to make some changes to my will. Changes that are not in your favor. Will that change your mind about the way you've been acting? This is your last chance to tell me you're sorry, and you're not getting another one.
I don't want anything to do with your inheritance. I couldn't care less.
Is that so? Don't go thinking you'll never need that money. Even if you regret it later, I'm not changing my mind after this. Even if you've come to me begging on your knees for help, you aren't going to get a single penny from me. I need to have a word with you. You see, Hannah was here visiting my house just a moment ago.
You better not have put any more strange ideas in her head.
It looks like she still hasn't let up about the joke I made the other day. Boy, was she cross with me, stomping her foot at me and saying she was her mommy and daddy's child. I had to stop myself from laughing. She really is just like you, going out of her way to refute me so stubbornly.
So that's what happened. I hope you're not lying to me this time.
She really just would not let up. I got tired of her talking my ear off with that whiny little voice of hers. She told me you even went in for a DNA test? Not the sharpest tool in the shed, are you? That's how far you had to go to get her to believe you? Maybe you do have something to hide after all. I wouldn't put it past you.
I just wanted to give Hannah a little peace of mind. That's all. At first, I thought she wouldn't be able to wrap her head around it, even if I showed her the results of the test.
Honestly, I would have been glad to hear that she isn't really James's child after all. Just imagine the fit she would have thrown if she found out that's the case. The face she'd have made would have been priceless. Ugh, even imagining how the house would be in shambles after the ensuing fight. Boy, I'd have to bring a camera.
Actually, I think the ones that are fighting would be you and your son. He's in the living room crying right now, you know. After all, he just found out that he's not actually related to your husband.
What? I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying that the DNA report said that your husband isn't actually James's father. Both of them gave DNA samples, you know.
What are you trying to claim? I don't understand. You're saying that not only my son, but my husband also took the test? What does he have to do with this?
My husband was worried about Hannah too, so he called up who he thought was his father on the phone.
I don't understand a word of what you're saying. The test has to be wrong then. I can't think of any other reason why it would say they aren't related. Is this company even real? Or are you pulling a fast one on me to get back at me?
It's real. In fact, we sent the samples to 2 different companies to be sure we didn't get a false positive. It says clearly in the results that both James and Gerald don't share the same DNA. Gerald must have suspected this for a long time himself, for him to agree to do this with us on such short notice. I guess the truth can't stay hidden forever.
Any fool could see right through your lies.
He said that he suspected you must have had an affair with someone else in secret, some time before he found out you were pregnant with James.
I don't believe this. Why would he ever mention that to the likes of you?
He said that he was there when you told that horrible lie to Hannah, and it reignited the doubt he held in his heart about you. He just wanted to find a better resolution to the worries he's had for so long.
Now hold it right there. So you're saying the reason he was out of the house yesterday, it wasn't because he was on a business trip like he said, but because of that instead? He was lying to me this whole time?
I suppose so. But you're the last person that should be angry about someone lying.
So, he's at your house right now? I'm coming over right now. Well, then tell me, just where on earth is he right now?
Actually, he's not home right now.
Well, then tell me, just where on earth is he right now? Answer me.
You see, he's actually told us not to tell you, so I'm afraid I can't answer that. He did say that he would be contacting you in the near future, though. If I were you, I'd just sit back and wait until I heard from him directly.
In the near future? That's not an answer. I want to know exactly how soon.
I have no way of knowing that. He's probably up somewhere trying to collect his thoughts, considering everything that's happened.
Please, Helen, tell me where my husband is. I want to apologize to him for everything that's happened.
There's no way I'm telling you that. If you want to know so desperately, then just be patient and wait for him to contact you first.
Oh, Helen! You have to help me. My husband said he wants to get a divorce with me. After all these years we've spent together. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Is that so? Too bad, I guess.
Don't think that I've forgotten that this was all you and your family's fault either. If you hadn't gone out of your way to get something as crazy as a DNA test done just to satisfy your daughter, none of this would be happening right now. If we do end up getting a divorce, I'm rightfully putting all the responsibility on you. Got it?
Okay. Why do you say that this is me and my family's fault? Truthfully, I don't think that's the case at all. If I recall correctly, you're the one who lied to my daughter's face and set off this whole fiasco in the first place.
Well, obviously I didn't think she'd take me seriously. It was just a joke after all. Parents tell their children nonsense all the time. Like how a stork delivered them to their doorstep. That sort of silly thing. It's the child's fault if they actually take that as fact. Telling silly little lies to children is something that happens all the time. I don't see why this case is so special.
I think that what you told my daughter was in fact not a silly little lie. You told her that she's the child of an affair. How in the world is that a normal joke to tell a child? It's disturbing. And of course, Hannah would be disturbed by that herself. She's been hauled up, depressed in her room. Who wouldn't, if they thought that's what really happened? Yet, somehow, you still blame it on my family instead of yourself. Plus, didn't you say earlier that even if I came to you begging on my hands and knees, you wouldn't let me in?
I apologize to Hannah for the joke. I really will.
If you actually want to, and you're not just saying that, then that's fine with me. And by fine with me, I meant it'd be completely pointless. Hannah already has the proof she needs that she really is James and I's child. Your apology isn't going to change anything at this point.
Helen, dearie, I have a big favor I want to ask of you. I'm desperate here. I want you to be a mediator for us. With Gerald and James on one side and me on the other, I need you to help us sort out all of this together calmly. You see, I've called them countless times for the past few days, and they haven't picked up once. I'm worried they plan on severing our relationship. Even today when I finally got to see my husband again, I just wanted things to go back to normal, but he wouldn't listen to a word I said. I even acknowledged how I hurt him in the past by having an affair, and I apologized profusely.
So you're saying he still hasn't forgiven you for what you did?
He hasn't, but I don't understand why. Things between us have been better than ever up until now. And for him to suddenly turn his back on James and denounce him as his legitimate child is utterly cruel of him. He's taking the past 30 years of our happy marriage together and throwing them out the window.
I think the one who should be saying that is your husband, not you. Besides, there's one thing that you said that I feel the need to correct for your husband's sake. He said that even if they aren't related by blood, he still considers James to be his son, no matter what. He even said that directly to him.
What? Well, then why is he still choosing to divorce me? If he has no problem with James's lineage, then what other problem could there possibly be?
I think the only problem remaining here is you. Isn't it obvious? The reason all of this happened is because you spread that sick adultery joke to Hannah at the party. He'd been trying to sweep his doubts under the rug until you said that. You're the one who riled him up, enough for him to settle his doubts for good. Besides that, I think he finally is sick of your nasty behavior after you caused this whole fiasco. He must have had a good heart for him to be able to put up with you for so long.
My nasty behavior? What on earth did I even do?
To start with, you're constantly bullying me. That's one example. I'm not the only one who's been subjected to your bad behavior either. You bully your friends and your neighbors too. At least that's what I heard from your husband. If someone treats you the wrong way, even in the slightest, you don't hesitate to tear them down. That, and you have a reputation for starting preposterous rumors about others. What finally tipped things over the edge, though, was how you purposely hurt your granddaughter. Seemed to be like your husband has a mountain of viable reasons to divorce you.
I'll change. I won't act cruelly to people anymore. I won't let anyone else be hurt by my flip and my behavior ever again. Please, Helen. I need him by my side.
Apologizing to me at this point doesn't change the harm you've done to me and my family, and your husband too.
I'm apologizing to you because nobody else will answer my calls. What else am I supposed to do? Even when I finally got to meet with my husband again in person, the only person who would listen to me was the lawyer that was present. No matter how I explain things to him, my husband refuses to see my side of things. Helen, you're the only one I can say any of this to anymore. Nobody else in the world would listen to me.
Even so, you're expecting me, of all people, to hear you out even though I've been your number one target for as long as I've known you. You can't seriously expect me to forget all the cruel words you've spoken to me over the years.
I know. But listen to me. I said I apologize. Won't you take that to heart? For my sake?
No matter how many times you say you're sorry, I don't think any of them is genuine. After all, you're the kind of person who only thinks about herself. I know that very well by now. I've already decided that I'm cutting off all ties with you. If anything, I should have made this decision years ago.
No, please, don't say such things. You don't know what you're saying. I don't know how many lies I need to tell you for you to understand, but I'm deeply sorry about everything up until now. I'm sorry for saying James would be better off parenting Hannah alone and making fun of your appearance. It was wrong of me to do so. I was completely in the wrong.
I understand.
Really? You understand me then? So that means you'll forgive me for everything I've done, right? Oh, I'm so glad. Helen, this will fix everything.
Not quite. All I'm saying is that I've acknowledged your apology. That doesn't mean I have to forgive you for everything you've done to me and my family.
But why? Don't you see? I'm on my hands and knees here. What more do I have to do to get through to you that I regret my actions?
This is what you've had coming. You sowed the seeds. Don't act surprised when they start to sprout. I don't see why it's such an issue for me to treat you the same way you swore you'd treat me if I were in your situation.
Don't take that so seriously. I only said it in the heat of the moment. I didn't really mean it. I was only trying to rile you up.
Well, you should think before you speak. Most people take what others say at face value, you know. Why is it my problem that your temper got out of control?
I truly am sorry for what I said. You're my beautiful daughter-in-law, you know. You've always been to me, deep down. I'll never say a cruel thing to you again. I swear it. You don't deserve that kind of behavior from your mother-in-law. So please, tell my Gerald to reconsider his decision on the divorce. And tell James too. I just want both of them to see my side of things.
I'd rather not, actually. You have no idea how much pain my family suffered because of you. You can't possibly expect me to forgive you after everything. I have no obligation to keep meritless people in my life. That's a lesson I learned from you. It's far too late for you to apologize for all the damage you've done. Can't you see? There's nobody left who needs you in their life anymore. Not a single person. Haha. After that, Mr. and Mrs. Melanie met with a mediator to discuss the possibility of a divorce. In the end, Mrs. Melanie broke down crying and admitted defeat, leading to the divorce proceedings being finalized. She must have realized that Mr. Melanie's feeling for her could never return to the way they were before. At least, that's how I see it. After their divorce was finalized, she moved out of the home they once shared and began living alone in an apartment. Apparently, Gerald did end up having to pay her alimony, meaning she'll probably be okay on her own in the short term. However, being unable to work in her old age, she won't be able to maintain her quality of living for very long unless she somehow remarries? Having spent her whole adult life as a housewife to Gerald, she'll probably have a rough future awaiting her, having to somehow provide for herself. Aside from that, she needs help doing basic tasks due to her age, and she's used to rely on him and the rest of her family for help. Unfortunately, due to her behavior, it seems that everyone close to her has more or less cut her out of their lives, meaning she no longer has anyone she can rely on for help. While money will certainly become an issue for her, the bigger issue she faces is ensuring the life of loneliness she'll have to endure. Once she realizes this fact, she'll really regret her actions. As sad as that might seem, she's merely reaping what she's sowed. So personally, I don't have any sympathy for her. She'll have plenty of time to reflect on everything she's done to lead up to this point, I'm sure. As for Gerald and my husband James, the two of them have been spending lots of time together as of late. Of course, they've always had a great relationship to begin with, but after everything that's happened between them, it seems like their bond has grown even stronger. However, he's told me that he, too, had grown tired of his mother's behavior, and is glad to have this major source of drama in his life resolved after having to put up with it for so long. Apparently, he also had lingering doubts throughout his life about why he and his father looked nothing alike. Now he's happy that he and his father were finally able to resolve this unspoken feeling and now have ease between them. Now that his mother isn't around anymore, no one will be able to hurt our family ever again. I hope more than anything that our fresh start will have a life of peace and quiet awaiting us.